In developing our COVID-related solutions, we've recognized the need and value of real-time location and proximity information. Generally, these solutions take advantage of wearable sensors and IoT communication technologies to provide information like location, crowd density, and duration of contact. This information is crucial to control personnel resource, health and safety awareness, and when necessary, contact tracing. You're going to hear from two companies, the last two for today, who are squarely in this sector. Both of these companies have adapted existing commercial products to meet specific needs for understanding location and proximity due to the pandemic. First up, I want to introduce you to EB Systems. They're located right here in Kansas City. Bluetooth technology can rapidly and cost-effectively provide location information within and around physical environments. I'd like to introduce Jon Ruiz, CEO and co-founder of EB Systems, to explain this in more detail and let us know what they're up to. Jon, take it away.
Thanks, Rick. As Rick mentioned, my name is Jon Ruiz. I'm the CEO and co-founder of EB Systems. We were founded in Kansas City, Missouri about 5 years ago when we launched our eBeacons mobile workforce management app. We scaled the company by working with private security firms and using Bluetooth beacon sensors to create indoor patrol tracking systems. From there, we were able to innovate in the Internet of Things and beacon space and created our own beacon sensor called the Beacon Reader. From there, we were also granted a patent around creating connected Internet of Things environments. At the beginning of 2020, our growth strategy was much different. We started the year off with a project in collaboration with the Downtown Council of Kansas City, where we deployed our beacon readers around downtown during the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Not only were we able to passively and anonymously pick up on people's cell phones to do things such as estimate crowd size, as well as do crowd flow analysis as to where people were going throughout the day, we also equipped security and other personnel with wearable Bluetooth beacon badges. This allowed us to add another level of real-time location tracking. From there, we got a lot of traction in the large-scale event space. We were slated to work with large groups behind the Boston, Chicago, and New York Marathon, as well as large conference centers in Las Vegas. Obviously, when COVID-19 hit, we had to react and adapt our growth strategy. We decided to focus on our solution we designed for construction sites. Essentially, what we can provide is a way to create a connected work site where contractors are equipped with Bluetooth beacon badges. Our beacon readers are installed throughout the site, and we can easily do things such as automatic time in and time outs as people arrive and leave work for the day, real-time location and alerts around safety and authorization protocols, as well as analytics as to where people are spending their time throughout a site. It was around this time that Black&Veatch put out their call to action to entrepreneurs and innovators to augment their technology and solutions in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we decided to take that call, and this was actually the easiest part of the whole process, was adding our COVID-19 features. Since our technology is so flexible, it only took us about 2 or 3 weeks to add social distance monitoring, which allows us to set a safe population limit for a specific room or area, send an alert to the proper personnel if that limit is crossed, as well as do analytics as to how well a work site is maintaining social distancing. We are also able to add contact tracing. In the event of a COVID-19 infection, we can easily do a report as to where that person was throughout the day, who came in contact with that person, and how long they spent in the same area. The real challenge was identifying the different needs and priorities amongst different industries. That's why for our pilot projects, we wanted to do a broad range of deployments, ranging from universities, schools, construction sites, as well as healthcare. We started learning about the different priorities and started working with them to basically figure out how we can provide the short-term value, but also long-term value. In a school and office setting, the two things that were top of mind for them were privacy and normalcy. For us, we can provide a separate dedicated device that doesn't require them to sacrifice the privacy on their personal cell phones or laptops, as well as providing privacy via proximity. Everyone knows how Bluetooth speakers work. If you walk far enough away from it, the music stops playing. That's the similar concept here. We are only tracking and monitoring people where it's relevant. It was also stressed to us that the new normal needed to be as normal as possible. So our Beacon badge has up to a 4-year battery life. Once the initial badge profile is configured, it's very much a set it and forget it solution. This was very important in an educational setting where younger students may not be reliable to download an app and report their symptoms. In construction and industrial settings, reducing loss of productivity was the top priority. Using our system, they can easily identify infection clusters and reduce the impact that quarantine has on their workforce. In a healthcare setting, real-time patient tracking was their #1 priority. We've been working with a physician champion at the St. Luke's healthcare system, and you'd be surprised at how often her patients seem to wander away. With our system, she can easily locate them in real time, but also receive alerts if that patient leaves a certain area or if they enter a high-risk area. This is especially relevant to patients that may be at high risk for COVID-19. With our system, we can easily alert her if they may have come in contact or exposed to COVID-19. Something that was top of mind for every industry and every use case was reducing the costs of reopening and reducing the costs of reinfection. That means reducing liabilities, reducing cost of testing, cost of sanitation, and also the cost of lost productivity due to quarantine. With our system, instead of having to clean an entire building, test an entire workforce, or even quarantine an entire workforce, we can now hone in on specific areas to significantly reduce that footprint and hopefully show that with cost saving after a COVID-19 scare. Throughout this process, we're learning that our COVID-19 features can now be considered core features. We all hoped that COVID-19 would be done and dealt with by now, but it's clear that it's going to be around for the foreseeable future. And it's also clear that this may not be the last infectious disease that's going to shake up our community as COVID-19 has. By working through our COVID-19 features, we've also been able to add some new long-term features as a result. For example, in a school and office setting, we can easily integrate into HR and class attendance systems. In a construction and industrial setting, we can use the same technology that we use for contact tracing to do time on tool analysis. In a healthcare setting, we can do something similar with time and treatment analysis. In conclusion, we see this as a very high growth potential product. That's why we're starting the process of opening our Series A round of funding, hopefully by the end of this year, but more likely at the beginning of 2021. Up until this point, we've been completely self-funded via revenue, and we'd like to keep it that way as well. That's why we're currently seeking integration sales and industry partners. We're actively commercializing this product, so anyone who sees a short-term value add for our COVID-19 features, as well as the long-term value of our core features, please feel free to reach out. Once again, my name is Jon Ruiz, CEO and co-founder of EB Systems. Please don't hesitate to connect, and hopefully we can keep creating connected environments. Thank you.
Thanks, John. That was great. Appreciate it.